Hi there, hello everyone. Today I'm going to present before you another very important topic under fundamental analysis for forex trading, ISM manufacturing or services PMI. So let's see what we have. So the ISM manufacturing index, it is also known as the purchasing managers index, is a monthly indicator of US economic activity, and it is based on a survey of purchasing managers of more than 300 manufacturing firms. It is considered to be a key indicator of the state of US economy, and it is basically a survey. It is issued by ISM Manufacturing and Services Business Survey Committee, and ISM stands for Institute for Supply Management. So how it is determined? It is determined, it's a survey of about 300 purchasing managers, and they are asked about how to rate the relative level of business conditions including employment, production, new orders, prices, supply deliveries, and inventories. And what are the survey indices of ISM PMI? It actually, this survey looks into the current and future conditions of business scenarios or business factors up to about 6 months, and the factors that are considered is number one, employment, production, new orders, prices, supply deliveries, and inventories. And this is also called manufacturing report on business. So this ISM report on business contains separate purchasing managers indexes based on surveys. In addition to the manufacturing PMI, there is also a services PMI for the non-manufacturing sector, and it is released on the third business day of the month. And the ISM is index is a survey of purchasing managers and supply management executives who are at the forefront of their company's supply chain. So this survey is basically about asking information or responses from those people who are purchasing managers or supply chain management executives in their respective industries. And purchasing managers are in the best position to assess the ebb and flow of business conditions. And these purchasing managers get timely information about changes in demand, scale up or scale down purchases of materials. They need to whether they need to buy more material or less material based on the economic conditions or demand, and they use in anticipation of demand of their finished products. Okay, so there are actually three levels of ISM PMI. So there is like 50 level of 50, which is stable and there is no change. It's a neutral level. So if the level is above 50, it means it's a strong level, the economy is expanding. And if the level is below 50, then it means it shows a weak level, and it may show that there is an economic downturn. So these three levels are very important. So when the data comes out on a monthly basis, it actually measures the data on these three levels. So you have to watch out this data on this scale of 50, whether it's above or below, and then from there you can actually assess where the economic conditions of USA are heading to. So when the data comes out, if it's actual is greater than forecast, then it's good for currency, and if actual is smaller than forecast, then it's bad for the currency. So as I mentioned earlier, there are two types of ISM PMI. One is ISM manufacturing PMI. It is released monthly on the first business day after the month end. So this is released first, and then we have ISM services PMI, and it is released also monthly, and it is released on the third business day after the month ends, and it is released after the manufacturing PMI. Okay, so by monitoring the ISM PMI manufacturing index, investors can better understand national economic trends and conditions. And when the index is rising, investors anticipate a bullish stock market in direction to a higher corporate profits. And what could be the possible outcomes? So if you have a following figures that could indicate weakening economy that I just mentioned in the previous slide about the levels, and if you have a strong data above 50, then it means that the economy is in very good shape and it is a strengthening economy. So what happens when the data is out? The ISM manufacturing or services PMI data comes out monthly in the market. So what happens? So there could be possible output that it could be above expectations or it could be below expectations. So in either case, it could have a positive or negative effect on US dollar or US dollar driven markets. And we have to look at the outcome of this data output. So one outcome could be better than expected. The outcome could be that strong US dollar versus other currencies, and if it's lower than expected, then there could be weak US dollar anticipation versus other currencies. And then traders, they have to watch out this data, study it carefully, and then from there on they need to develop their CFD trading strategy. Okay, so what are the trading strategies and how to trade this ISM manufacturing or services PMI data? So when the data comes out, definitely there will be a volatility in the market. The prices may go up or down based on what type of data comes out in the market. And traders, they can either trade into profit or trade into losses. So it all depends on their trading skills and how to use and how to analyze this PMI data. So it also helps them in tailoring their trading strategy. So in either way, they can also trade into profit or trade into losses. So when that happens, when there is a volatility, so there are two ways you can go, profit or loss. So you can gain large short-term profits, but on the other hand, there is a possibility that there could be greater short-term losses as well. So when you have this kind of scenario, then you have to have your risk management strategy in place while trading on ISM manufacturing or services PMI data. So it's therefore very important to pay attention to your risk management approach. And along with it, you have to have your risk management action plan in place in case something does not go as you had initially imagined or initially analyzed. So if something goes wrong or something proves incorrect, so you have to have your risk management action plan in place to manage or control your losses. Okay, so this was a detailed overview of ISM manufacturing or services PMI. I will conclude here. I hope you like the video. I will see you next time. Have a good day. Bye bye.